Hello. This is Antya from Byte Shuffle. Thank you as always for watching my videos. This time, I've put together a guide on how to approach the mono-red prison matchup when playing Ad Nauseam Tendrils, as well as my thoughts on sideboarding. It's a bit old, but there's a video about the basics of Ad Nauseam Tendrils linked in the description and at the end of this video, so feel free to check it out if you're interested. Here is the deck list we will be using this time. I'm keeping this hand because I have card draw, interaction, lands, and a combo piece. I'm going to dig for a lotus petal or a swamp. Didn't find it, so I shuffle. I'm going to dig for a lotus petal or a swamp. I put back 2 copies of Veil of Summer. I'm going all in from here. I'll increase the mana needed for the combo. I'll use G as well to reuse the resources in my graveyard. I build up my mana and increase my storm count. I win with Tendrils of Agony. Before sideboarding, I'd like to review the list we used. First, the conclusion. I will explain it step by step. These are the key cards from Mono-Red Prison that impact Ad Nauseam Tendrils. First, we have artifact-based hate pieces such as Chalice of the Void, Disruptor Flute, Null Rod, and Trinosphere. Second, we have permanent-based threats like Blood Moon and Magus of the Moon. To deal with these, we bring in answers like Abrupt Decay, Heritage Reclamation, Boseiju Who Endures, and Hide on the Ceiling. In exchange, we cut Veil of Summer. Next, the One Ring. Once it enters the battlefield, your opponent gains protection from everything. At that point, we can no longer target them with Tendrils of Agony, which means we effectively lose our primary win condition. To fight against this, we utilize Living Wish. Specifically, we can search for either Witherbloom Apprentice or Stormscale Scion to secure the win. Among these, Witherbloom Apprentice might be a bit difficult to understand, so I'll add a quick explanation. As mentioned earlier, since the opponent has protection from everything due to the One Ring, we can't target them with Tendrils of Agony. First, we use Living Wish to search for Witherbloom Apprentice and put it onto the battlefield. Then, after building up our storm count, we cast Tendrils of Agony targeting ourselves. After that, Tendrils of Agony is copied based on the storm count. Both the original Tendrils of Agony and its copies will trigger Witherbloom Apprentice, draining the opponent's life for each trigger. If our storm count isn't high enough, we can also let them defeat themselves through the One Ring's effect. Next, regarding Mindbreak Trap. Since the opponent is playing Magus of the Moon, we prioritize keeping Thoughtseize among our discard spells. Therefore, we cut Duress. Finally, regarding Leyline of the Void, the opponent's clock is faster than it looks, and we can't always afford to use our life total as a resource. Therefore, the Ad Nauseam line may not always be viable. So instead, we bring in Empty the Warrens, which is faster and doesn't rely on our life total, allowing us to ignore their graveyard hate. If their opening isn't Blood Moon, we should be able to handle it, so we'll keep this hand. I'm digging for a combo piece. Surveil's effect sends it to the graveyard. I'm digging for a combo piece. Surveil's effect leaves it on top of the library. I remove Trinosphere. They'll likely follow up with something like Disruptor Flute next. I'll use discard to check what's ahead. they name Beseech the Mirror with Disruptor Flute. I took Trinosphere, but in hindsight, I think I should have taken Chalice of the Void instead. Because if they draw a land next turn, they can make a 3-mana play and also deploy Chalice of the Void for X = 0. I removed Chalice of the Void. I'm digging for a combo piece. I put them back in the order of dual land first, then fetch land. I'm digging for a combo piece. I put back 2 copies of Lion's Eye Diamond. I took the 1 ring. I'm going all in from here. I'll increase the mana needed for the combo. With Infernal Tutor, if I can get up to 6 mana and have Lion's Eye Diamond, I can win from there. I build up my mana and increase my storm count. I'll use discard to check what's ahead. I took the 1 ring. I win with Tendrils of Agony. Thank you very much for watching until the end. I apologize for the many misplays along the way. I hope we can all continue to improve at Magic together. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like. I'll see you again in the next video. This is Antya, signing off.